Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Vanguard Show Podcast. I actually have Dream to Speak with me. Dare to Speak. I'm so sorry. Dare to Speak with me. And I have three of their co hosts. So I'll let them do their introductions, tell us a little bit about themselves, and we'll get started afterwards. Ladies, who want to go first?
I'll go first. Well, my name is Brittany Marie. I am a Dallas native. I am a senior administrative assistant in the health field. I enjoy being with Dare to Speak. There's six amazing women that I love working with. I'm just a simple person, and just I just enjoy helping the community and enjoy doing it with my friends.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm Nasa or Nay Marie. I am another co-host of Dare to Speak. I also am the founder of the Skip Shockley Foundation and creator of Melanin Naturalis. Dallas native as well. I've known most of these ladies, actually all of these ladies, probably 10, 15 plus years. So it's a lot of history between all of us, from grade school, high school, or adulthood. It's just a lot of great history between us. So like Brittany said, I enjoy being on this, being a part of this organization / podcast, and just being a servant of the community.
Welcome.
No, well, my name is Ashley, spelled with the I, not with the Y, as I always say. I'm also a Dallas native. I'm a single mother of a teenager. He's getting ready to be 14 in a couple weeks. I'm a home health nurse. I own Yummy Young Pearls Dallas, where we focus on reproductive issues that women have, irregular periods, infertility, things like that. And like both of the ladies say, we all have friendships 10 years plus. So our relationship is, it's natural, it's organic, it's none like, no other. So I'm just excited to be a part of it.
And I was going to say, for me, my name is Kathy. I'm your host. And I have the pleasure of letting you know that my co-host, my husband, stated, guess what? This is all female. I'll let you handle this one yourself. So I said, I told him, I said, I'm excited. I said, because I watched all 5 of your episodes, and it was so funny because one of you on one of your episodes stated that there was men trying to come and talk to you. However, they weren't even watching your show. Who does that? Okay.
Right.
So I enjoyed every last one, and I actually watched every last episode, and I was letting them know that my favorite was the first one because I got to see you as well. And I said, I like the spirit in seeing all the characteristics you have and how y'all mesh together. Mm-hmm. And definitely one thing I do love is that y'all have that connection that's been there for a long time. Because for us, supporting each other as Black females is part of it, that we don't know how to support each other and stay together. We have so many arguments, and we should be loving each other, family, working together, supporting each other, and having each other's back, just like family do. Because sometimes your blood is not the only thing that makes you family. And right. So I could tell that y'all truly, genuinely all care and respect each other. And I say y'all blend so well together, all the shades. That's what I'm gonna tell you. So look, I wanted to kind of jump in too, because I saw your different episodes. So one of the things I wanted to know, the first one was, how did y'all come up with your name, Dare to Speak?
We actually did something where we started a group text, and originally it was Grand Rising Queens. And I was like, ladies, we have to be something where it's bold. And Ashley and Jessica, they were both like kind of putting on the chopping block of like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. And then I don't even remember if it was Ashley or Jessica, but we just came up with Dare to Speak, and we just kind of pushed from there.
Yep, stuck with it.
I think it was Jessica who came up with the Dare to Speak. Because we had
The
a
name,
list of
okay.
names. Yeah, like you said, we put them on the chopping block, and one by one,
Yes.
Dare to Speak was the one who stood out the most.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was gonna say, I really like the word and the way you have it with the two in the middle. I actually like it. So y'all, kudos.
Well,
Thank
shout out to
you.
Brittany for that one.
There we go. And I was gonna say, so watch. My first one I saw your episode 1 was Tab's Solar Return. That was the one we were discussing. So can y'all tell me, because I know we talked a little bit about what each one of you did. And the question I have now is from the show, each person, what do you like and what's your favorite, let's say, positive that you bring to the show from each other, the ladies in the show? So it's like, what's your
That was a
favorite
juicy
part,
one.
but not of yourself, but of someone else on the show?
Oh, I would say just on episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
On episode 1, I like the fact that Nasa opened up about something that was extremely personal.
Mhm.
It was not expected, but she stuck herself out there to where all of us at the end started to try to, push on our personal experiences.
Mhm.
And I appreciated her for doing that because this is public.
Mm-hmm.
So her putting her feelings out there, I extremely respected that. And I was so happy because we all were like shedding tears and just, like really there for her emotionally because, this journey for her has been hard, but she did it with grace and I was proud of her.
Yeah.
Brittany, that means a lot.
Yes.
So what did you like about someone on your first show?
For me, I liked how Jessica just kind of brought out her personality. Like, hey, this is Jessica. She was vibrant and lovely and lively, and that's really just who she is as a person. Like anybody who knows her personally knows that Jessica's the type of person to. She's always bold and fierce and very vibrant, and she's always going to put a smile on your face. And I think that was important for everybody to see that, yeah, we all have that with us, but you're really going to see that with Jessica. Like she's going to let you know, like, I'm here. This is Jessica. We going to do this. We're in this together. Let's get it done. And I really like that that vibrancy that she brought to the episode. People really got to see, who she is, her part of Dare to Speak, and how we just all collaborate and just mesh so well together. That was one of my favorite parts of the episode, just really seeing her shine and just being the vibrant person she is. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
All righty, it's your turn.
Yeah, I would have to say my favorite part is Tab. The whole day was based off Tab, and her birthday. But everybody that knows Tab is just a real down to earth, chill, laid back. She doesn't step out of her comfort zone too often. So, like she said on the show, for her to get her makeup done and just feel like the woman that she's supposed to be, felt like that whole day was evolved around her. So I was very happy to see her step out of her comfort zone and get to really enjoy herself, because Tab she's always a giver. Nobody ever makes it about Tab, but that day was specifically for Tab and for so appreciation to Tab and just celebrate her, and her growth and her womanhood. So that's what I enjoyed about it.
Well, I want to say everybody need to look at and watch episode 1 because it is the bomb. So I'm glad y'all gave him a little slurp about episode 1. So our next episode was episode 2, and that was episode 2, and episode 3 was about self-love. So can y'all tell me a little bit about what you learned or what you told? Now this one's about your self-love, and some of the things that you see are some things that you maybe needed to work on, or things that you took from others from the show about self-love.
Ooh, I would definitely say boundaries. Creating boundaries is so important. So important to create those boundaries because it allows an expectation of, okay, we can go here, but at no point will you cross this line ever.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding that space that people need, especially for themselves. Like, I know for me, self-love, like being a single mother, it's like you have to put those boundaries, not just with people you're dating, with family, but also with your kids. You have to give them get your space, like nap time. He has to do his nap time. He has to make sure that he goes to bed on time so that way I can have my cool down space.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I can kind of work through my day and how it went and just kind of relax.
I would have to say for me. Go ahead, Nisa.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ash. I was going to say boundaries too. That was definitely something that I took from both episodes, and also to learning other people's love language and even your own.
Mm-hmm.
That was something that I learned as well on the episode, because sometimes you never know. So a lot of people don't know their love language, and a lot of times growing up, I didn't know mine. It's probably not until here recently I probably started to really learn that. But in that episode, we discussed that, and the importance of knowing yourself and knowing which kind of ties into boundaries, knowing when to say no. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to be a little selfish, because it's yourself. It's how you protect yourself and your energy and what you take in. So that's definitely something that I learned from the episodes.
How about you?
Yeah, that's one thing that I was getting ready to say, Nice. It's okay to be selfish,
Mm-hmm.
at times. A lot of times when you're empathetic and you have a kind heart, you pour more into people than people pour back into you, or that you even pour into yourself, and you forget. So it's important to be selfish at sometimes, because like you said in the episode, you can't leave your glass empty while others are full. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I took from it, because I'm one person, I never sit down. I'm always on the go, and then by the end of the day I'm drained. But I got to remember to be selfish sometime throughout the day so that I can recharge and refill myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going to say now, one of the things that I'm learning, and it's one of my own employees that actually told me about the meditation. It's like having some me time that is just quiet time, no TV, no anything, just you with self. And one thing I learned about from your show was actually on that episode too, was how you stated about you give so much of yourself that by the end of the day, you're drained, like you stated. You overworked because you still have to come back and be a mom. You still have to come back if you have a husband to be a wife. You still need your me time. So like for me, for instance, one of the things that I normally do on Saturdays, I make Saturdays from a certain time all the way up to maybe 2:00 p.m., even if it's just me going out shopping, doing something just me, whether it's just I'm going to look, I'm not going to buy anything, but I'm out there just chilling, having that peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
So what I also like that y'all stated in episode 2 and 3 was basically coming to grips with knowing self. You can't love somebody else if you don't love self. And so it's hard when you're not looking at where you are and you're putting all your energy into everyone else, that you can actually get in a depressive stage and not know you there. Because
Right.
you're so busy helping everybody else, you're not taking that time, even if it's somebody who passed and you working and you're actually putting the things together for the funeral, for this. You need to have your release even of that. Feel your emotions. And so having that time for self is important. And I'd say if they want to know more about that, because y'all go deep into episode 2 and 3, please go and check it out. We're going to let y'all know where to go. But episode 2 and 3 is also jamming with information that young, old, no matter who you are, men and women need to learn. Even our teenagers need to see your show, because your show is a positive show. And I definitely know that we have a lot of issues with self-love, because we also have that self-hate. So the thing about it is having that understanding, knowing where to go to get it is important. So I appreciate y'all episode 2 and 3. Like I said, go check it out. So here we are. We're on episode number 4, ladies. And on
Yes.
episode number 4, it was dating during COVID. Y'all got me good on that one. Now, I'm going to tell them it's some serious talk on episode 4. However, y'all go deep on episode 4. So come on, ladies. We'll start with you, Britt. Tell me about episode 4. What was your takeaway about that dating game?
Episode 4 made me realize I'm not dating. I can't get with the online. The online it's very hard and it's tricky because you don't really know what you're getting. And I enjoyed all of the ladies opening up just to let us know like what their dating life was like. Because I was like, there is absolutely no way. I'm still old school.
No, and I love some of the stuff y'all were talking about on that one. One of you actually said, "Oh, he ain't coming to my house. He gonna meet me somewhere else. It's COVID."
That was Alden. That was Alden.
So Ash, tell me a little bit about your dating game on episode 4. What you learned on that dating game?
Episode 4 was very fun and interesting. You know, like I said, I'm currently dating someone, so we do take precautionaries when we go out.
Mm-hmm.
That was somebody that I previously knew. So honestly, if me and him didn't already have history, then dating right now would probably be a no-go for me either. You know, because it's hard to allow somebody in your personal space with everything that's going on right now. So it's like, you can't really stay 6 feet apart from somebody that you're dating and you're trying to get to know, because, you know, being in somebody's personal time and spending time with somebody, that's a part of dating. So I think people should just be in the talking phase right now, with getting to know each other over the phone and stuff like that. But you know, Alden had a lot of good points because she was the one who wanted to make sure everybody was being safe. She was the one talking about, you gonna meet me in open spaces with your mask on. Don't hug me, none of that. So
she was talking about watching. All right, Nate, tell us about your dating game. What's going on with COVID?
It's been interesting. I mean, for most part, it's been a lot of people sliding into your DMs saying, "Hey, beautiful, I want to get to know you, this, and that." I'm just like, I'm not really interested. I'm just not, sorry. It's just too much happening, and no. But from my take on the episode, it was just really good to hear the ladies give their insight on how it's been, especially Ashley, who she's dating someone now, but prior to, she hadn't dated anyone for years. So it was really good just to hear her.
Make it seem like it's been it's almost been a decade.
It's been, just be honest.
Make me seem like a granny.
Not because you couldn't, it's just because you really use that time to do self-reflection, which goes back to that episode of self-love. You know what I mean? You use that time to find out who you are, find out what you want, what you don't want, and the person that you're dating. And then also too with Jessica, with her having her previous situation, it was just really good to just hear the ladies open up about their life and their experiences with dating, especially during a pandemic. It was already social media, everything prior to the pandemic. Now is really no choice but social media when it comes to wanting to get to know someone. And then you take that step forward. Okay, let's meet out somewhere now that everything is starting to open back up. But it's hard out here, trying to learn somebody new, especially during times where you have to be masked up all the time. It's interesting. It's definitely an interesting take. So for those who haven't checked out episode 4, please do.
Please I'll give you tips on episode
please do. It's very
So episode 4, you have it, how they say, it's a must see. Episode 4. So now we're going to go to episode 5. Now episode 5 was interesting because that one was about a week ago that I saw. Episode 5 was about colorism and dating. And with that one, y'all hit some points, even for me, it was some that I know were happening during my time and even currently. So now I want to open this one up to Nate. You talk about a little bit about what y'all have on that episode about it and what did you take away from it?
That episode really was, and I think it was important for us to have and do, because you never know another person's struggle, especially when it comes to the Black female, and different shades. You hear all your life, oh, you're light skinned, you're bougie. Oh, she's cute for a dark skinned girl. Oh, look at that red bone. Oh my God. You just hear all these things. And back then you thought it was something cute. But as you grow older and learn and do the research of where these terms came from, you realize like, no, these aren't really compliments, and it kind of divides us as Black females. And I think it's really important that we came out with this episode to shed light on how it is, especially in terms of dating. I think I mentioned something on the episode to where, I cut my hair off. I think it was 2013, something like that. And for that whole year, I had men tell me like, oh, I don't, you not all that with that short hair. And I'm just like, man, like, is something wrong with me? And then when my hair started getting longer, that's when they, wanted to give me the time of day. And I'm just like, if you know, what is this? But those comments, hearing that, it affected my self-esteem just a little bit until I realized like it's an issue that they have. It's not nothing to do with me. And so I think it's very important that we had discussed those topics and those experiences, because even young girls who are experiencing that now, know that this is something that's been happening and this is something that needs to be corrected. So I really enjoyed that conversation with Brittany and Tab, just hearing their experiences and their outtake on colorism within just our personal experiences and as it relates to dating.
All right. And I definitely know where you're coming from because that is one. And it seems like we have all these different things that divide us. And just one more thing amongst the females, but we have it already among our male and our female trying to link up together. But then again, against each other, whether it's all men against each other or all females. I'm like, we should be united more than anything else together because we're in that same struggle together. Mm-hmm. So, Brittany, tell me a little bit, Britt, about you and that colorism.
Well, I would say I appreciated it because Tab brought some things to me that I didn't know that she even experienced. And so I think what I learned is that it's so important that we're cognizant on how we complement each other. Instead of calling each other light skin or dark skin, it's just, girl, your melanin is popping today. Oh, your skin is so smooth. Just acknowledging that your skin, your texture of your skin is beautiful, right? And then also acknowledging that just because I'm a different shade, you can't classify me by my shade. And I think that's the one thing that has always hurt me and why I don't generally speak to, well, in my younger days, I didn't speak to men because I was a complete opposite of what they thought. I'm one of those girls that I'm like a tomboy friend. Like I can play video games and I'm goofy. I'm definitely not stuck up. And just having that generalization is like, wow, it's hard. And then I will say that I also learned that it's so important for us to continue to push this conversation within our community as women, because I think it's going to help us heal naturally by addressing it, just putting it out on the table. I think it will bring a lot of healing because a lot of people don't know what other women are going through. But if we can just love on each other and acknowledge, the things that we're going through and try to, remove those things that we dislike, I think we'll grow stronger.
Totally agree with that because I was going to say that's one us, I think, lifting each other up, us looking at, instead of always looking at our flaws, looking at what we have strengths on is
Mhm.
one of the things that we need to do. It's like that's a part we should bring to the forefront, not your color of your skin. We all have something we can bring to the table, no matter what shade we are. My thing is
Exactly.
just coming in. We already have, y'all know, enough issues as it is currently being a female, and I hate to say it, but being a Black female in this country. So why not work together as a unit, a sisterhood, and come together with it? So I learned a lot from your episode as well, because definitely me being light skinned, like everybody states, the thing is, you do have your struggles. You do have both sides to the table. My thing is, I'm a person first before I'm anything else. Then I'm a female second. My last thing I'm looking at is my color. My
Mhm.
thing about it is, we all
Yeah.
are one. We're here, and I want us to stay united, strong. And look, yes, we're Black, but we all have different things we can bring to the table, no matter what shade or color we are. So, Ashley, you're going to bring it home. I know you're going to bring it home, Ashley. Tell me about that episode 5.
Um, it was a good episode. Like I feel like everybody else, it's a conversation that needed to be had. I've had my own struggle, growing up for being, fair skinned or light skinned. And some people also mistaking me for being Hispanic, But like I actually had a situation with my son where, they talk about it in the episode where a lot of young boys these days, their preferences are white women,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because they feel like Black women are too strongly opinionated. But I also had to educate him that that comes along with the struggle. Like, you don't know the struggle of a Black woman, and you know we as women have a lot of struggles ourselves. But us as Black women specifically, no other woman in their race gets discriminated by their own men.
Mm-hmm.
More than the Black woman. So that's a struggle within itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely feel like that was a conversation that needed to be had, and that my son can hear it, so he can understand, the vulnerability of a Black woman, what we go through coming up, and what we deal with as grown women too. So it's an ongoing struggle that we are trying to get a grasp of, because like you said, I'm more than just the color of my skin, whether I have heavy melanin, whether I have light melanin, whatever, you know what I mean? We are of the same race, and we need to be sticking together and not allowing the color of our skin to divide us, because the color of our skin already divides us from everybody else.
And the other part, basically what you stated, part of it is even our upbringing, because even right now, like my dad, when I was coming up, my dad would actually teach us. He would state, make sure you're strong for self. Don't rely on no man. And so we grew up strong, that whether you have a man or not, you still got to take care of self.
Mhm.
But some of our brothers see that as a negative side. We're just too strong. We got too much of an opinion. Basically, we so forth. Look, we want everything. We don't want to let a man be a man. I hear all that all the time. And I'm steady going like, you got to realize, if you're not here, that female has to take charge. When we went to Africa, okay, one of the things that they actually even have there, you have to realize that's a positive to have a strong Black woman, because in Africa, the women were taking care of the house. They take care of the whole unit like a business in their communities. Even when we went to the shanty towns, the thing about it is the women were directing. They actually had a male system. And I'm talking about the ones that they have 10 roofs on their houses in a shanty town. They still had it organized. They still had the women come together, and they actually have committees. They actually have it before we could actually go to their shanty town in Soweto. We actually had to get permission from the board, which were all females. The men were out working to bring the money back to the community. So the thing is, and it's a shame, because this is how much misdirection we have. I hate to say it, but in America compared to in other countries, because in that country it's looked up as something good, not something bad. And the thing about it is, the men are out doing the work while they know the women are taking care of home. So at this time, even if we have to work at the same time, we're a unit. Guess what? That helps us, because now both of us are coming together at the table. We both have something we could bring. We both have a voice. We both grew up from different locations. I was raised by a man. My feelings are not like a regular female feelings because I was raised by a man. So my thing is when people start to cry, I'm like, here's some tissue. Okay, let's get over it and move on. But that's because I'm nurturing in a sense, but I'm more so direct. But that's because I was raised by a man. Some people might be more nurturing because they were raised by their mother. So your upbringing dictates also where you are in your life. However, the partner that you take on have to be somebody who has to take on what you are as a person, not you molding yourself into what a man wants. So mine is
Right.
a strong woman will take her on. A strong woman will find someone who can take her for who she is. And that's what I got from y'all episode. I am who I am, and I'm proud to be who I am. And that's it. So they
Exactly.
need to go and check out your episode
Yes.
5, like we talked
Yes.
about. So, ladies, I really appreciate y'all because y'all know y'all spike me up. I watched it. You know how they say you sit at your TV and just go through each one. I forgot what them kids call it today, but I was one of them couch potatoes, and I was going from episode to episode and saying, "What's next? What's next?"
Binge listening.
That's it. That's it. I was on that. I was like, I got popcorn, and I was going to town, and I was like, y'all said it. Y'all had me up. Y'all had me down. Y'all had me in tears. But guess what? I was happy to be right there going, I can't wait for episode 6. That's what I'm saying. So, ladies,
Yes.
I do want to know one last thing. Where can they find your show? Contact information from you. And so that way they can go and check every last episode out like I did. So who want to take it home with that?
Y'all want me to take it?
Well, before we wrap it up, we do want to let you know that episode 6 drops next Saturday.
Okay.
November 7th.
Yes,
All
and it will be a recorded where you can actually see us again.
Yes.
And we have guest panelists this time. We have 4 men on there with us, and we're discussing dating and relationships from getting a male point of view. So it's gonna be a good episode. So definitely check that out next Saturday. It drops at midnight.
All right.
Y'all want to give them a sneak peek of what to expect?
Yes, please, please. Just a little,
ahead,
just
Brittany.
a little, how they say, just a tad.
Go ahead, Brittany.
Okay, I will say this. There are 2 things that the reason why you definitely want to see it is because you get to have an idea of how we define Black love. Black love is amazing. And so by you watching the show, you really get a sense of what Black love is and how we define it and the reason why we define it that way, as well as roles, the man versus the woman. We go in, y'all. We go in hard. And there's some debates that's going to be happening in this episode. So you definitely want to watch this.
Oh, this is going to be exciting. Exciting. So, Ash,
This was that was one of the most funnest episodes that we've done. So it's definitely a must see.
Yeah. But it's good insight because we got to see, from a Black male's point of view, their take on relationships, how they define relationships, and from their point of view. So it's a good one. It's a good one. Definitely something you want to tune in for. Definitely.
All right. So I was going to say, one of y'all, please let them know where they can check that out at.
You can find all of our episodes on www.daretospeak.org. We are also on Google Podcasts. We're on Anchor, and we're also on Breaker, and we're also on YouTube. Please check us out. We would love for you to subscribe. When you subscribe, you also get access to all of our newsletters. We send you sneak peeks of what to expect. And also, every now and again, we may have a Zoom meeting, and it's invitation only, so you just never know. Subscribe.
Yep.
All right. So we appreciate it, ladies. It's been a joy and a pleasure. I've learned a lot, and I will continue. I will definitely subscribe, like, and look, I stay following all day long. So I appreciate you all taking the time out of your busy schedule that I know you have, and y'all keep the positivity going. Love you, sisters.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Y'all take care and be safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.